Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really exciting things to go over. A new potential leaked image of a Meganium form for Pokemon Legends EA has popped up. We also have some pretty big rumors and theories to go over about the upcoming Pokemon game and some events that have also popped up as well. There's a lot of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, just going to quickly go over the new event in Pokemon TCG Pocket. This went live today, and it finishes on the 13th of March. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out, saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon TCG Pocket Triumphant Light SP Emblem event has begun. Get emblems for consecutive wins, and this event runs until the 13th of March 2025. So it's another one of those win 5 wins in a row sort of events, and you get the kind of emblem for it, and then also there's a couple of missions to do as well. If you don't like battling in Pokemon TCG Pocket, then just participate in 10 battles, and that's how you get your pack hourglasses. So if you participate in 1 versus battle, you get 3 hourglasses. Participate in 3 battles for 3 more hourglasses. Participate in 5 battles for 6 hourglasses, and participate in 10 battles for 12 hourglasses. And then if you are taking part in the event properly and stuff, then if you win 1 versus battle, you get 50 shine dust, 3 versus battles for 100 shine dust, 5 versus battles for 200 shine dust, 7 versus battles for 500 shine dust, 10 versus battles for 1,000, and then 15 versus battles for 2,000. And then these are the event emblems that you can get. Probably the best looking one that we've had so far. Really like this sort of 5 consecutive win emblem. But either way, make sure to do that if you are playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. And again, if you don't want to get into the competitive battles, then just go into the battle, leave, and you still participate technically. So you get the pack hourglasses for that. So that's the Pokemon TCG Pocket event. The next thing I wanted to go over is this post here on the r/LegendsEA Reddit by Absolute Dramps. And they found some very interesting sort of Pokeball arenas that are popping up all over Lumiose City in Pokemon Legends EA. So they say, one set of landmarks I've only seen passing mention of are these gated courts with Pokeball symbols on them. I decided to take some time to highlight all the ones I can find, and the results are interesting. So for me, I mean, it looks like kind of some sort of stadium situation going on. Like, you kind of think back to the anime where there's usually like some big sort of Pokeball symbol in the middle of the arena, and there's Pokemon near like every single one of these as well. And there's also kind of battles near these sort of, I guess, arenas or whatever you want to call them. Like, we have a Fletchling and a Fletchinder here. We have a Pokemon right next to it here with Talonflame. We have a battle going on here between a Staryu and a Hawlucha. So yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be more, but for me, I feel like it's some sort of arena place, and maybe like every single wild zone has one of these arenas, or maybe there's like a strong trainer in every wild area zone, and this is where you battle them or something. But I was able to find 9 courts with Magenta, Rouge, Blue, and Vert Plaza having 2 each. So Magenta Plaza has a sneaky hidden one whose fence is just barely peeking out from behind a building. And then meanwhile has only 1, and it's dirt. It's a dirt court, unlike the others. Perhaps the other is completely hidden. So the trailer in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y itself made it very clear that there are no legal restrictions on where Pokemon battles can take place in Lumiose City. Stone Edge, some poor young lady's Altaria in the middle of the street, who cares? As such, while we do see casual usage of one of these courts earlier in the overview trailer, I have a feeling that these will be the staging grounds for some sequence of boss encounters. Maybe not a Lumiose Gym Challenge, but something adjacent that's divorced from the broader Kalos League, especially given that last stinger with the Rotom phone. So yeah, these might be connected with the very end of the Pokemon Legends EA trailer with the Rotom phone, where it comes up and there's like that eerie music in the background, and it talks about, I guess, the like battles or something like that. We know that there's most likely not going to be gyms in this game because it just doesn't make sense. Like, we know that Prism Tower was once a gym for Lumiose City, but only getting 1 gym badge in this game just feels very pointless. So instead, Prism Tower has probably been changed into some next level battle facility, and then maybe these small arenas around the map are where maybe smaller battles kind of take place or something like that. So maybe there's so many like new badges we have to collect in all these different areas, and then that allows us to go into Prism Tower. That might be just like another sort of side quest mission. I mean, the main mission is redeveloping the city, so maybe that's just another thing we can do. And it's also worth noting that in Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, Lumiose Gym had 5 floors, 4 where you answered Pokemon trivia questions, with the 5th being Clement's Arena. If Lumiose City were to go as far to have its own Pokemon League, this sequence of floors could be perfectly renovated to make way for a new Elite Four and Champion, which makes sense because if there are 9, that's 8 gym badges, and then obviously the top floor would be the Elite Four and the Champion, but then I guess you'd expect every single Elite Four member to have their own floor, so maybe there's a couple more battle arenas, but yeah, if there's like a mini sort of gym challenge in this game where, again, you're not going out and getting all the badges, but they're all in these sort of different arenas, and that would be pretty cool. So I really like this idea, and obviously massive shout out to Absolute Dramps for obviously Hawkeye vision on these sort of arenas there. But let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think these arenas are for? Do you think they're all for battling, or do you think they're just there for show? I don't really know. I mean, I'm assuming it's for a battle arena, but either way, that's that. And then moving on, I wanted to go over this sort of bunch of rumors and theories and stuff that kind of talk about Pokemon Legends EA before we go into the new Meganium image that popped up. But this was posted by Sir Warwick saying, my personal collection of speculation and theories, some based off rumors or leaks, so be warned. So this is just another kind of adaptation of what we might be seeing in the Pokemon games. Again, this isn't a rumor or a leak or anything. These are just theories and speculations, but I think they have some pretty good points in this, which is why I wanted to cover it. So again, massive shout out to Sir Warwick here. But this is just my collection of nonsense, but please indulge me, tell me what you think. So the player will be a detective and also related to Clem and Serena. So there's multiple people that our protagonist could be related to. One of them being Clem or Serena, another one being Professor Sycamore. For me, I don't think we're going to be related to anybody like that. I think that we are living in Lumiose, because at the start of the trailer, when we're getting our starter, you can see that we have the Mega Bracelet. So I think we already are from Kalos, should I say. We'll talk about that more in greater detail because I think it's quite an interesting topic, the fact that we already have a Mega Bracelet when we're picking our starter. So anyway, I think that's why we're already in Kalos. So maybe if we are related to Clem and Serena, maybe they have moved to a different part of Kalos, and then maybe, because it says on the website we're coming to Lumiose to visit. So I think that, again, it's just like, let's say you're living in the UK, for example, maybe you're living in Manchester and you're going to London to visit. So it's a similar situation like that to see all the sites and stuff, because that's what it says on the website. It says you're going to see like the sites and everything like that. So yeah, it's just a mini sort of, I guess, destination holiday thing. But the fact that we could be related to Clem or Serena, I think is more likely than Sycamore, because Sycamore we know resides in Lumiose, so why would we be visiting Lumiose? Because if we were related to him, surely we'd already be living there. Again, Sycamore could have moved away, no reason why he couldn't, but that's just one reason I think we're more related to, if we're going to be related to somebody, it'd be Clem and Serena, and I think that'd be kind of nice as well. It's like 10 years in the future, but again, it'd have to be a little bit later than that if we were related to Clem and Serena, because I think we're only like 10 in the events of X and Y. It says there will be a major power outage in certain areas to direct which areas the player will go first. Obviously getting PTSD of this in Pokemon X and Y, where you can't go to certain areas because obviously the lights are out even though they're on in the background. So that could be one reason as to why we can't go to certain locations. Maybe, yeah, it's just like really dark and gloomy and we just can't physically go in there. Based on some rumors about Zeraora getting a Mega Evolution, Zeraora will be powering the entire city and rescuing it will be one of the missions. That is also why there are blackouts, because Zeraora is resisting. In addition, Zygarde can sense this and in the city goes into the city to help Zeraora. I'm less inclined to believe this. I think Zeraora is going to play a bit of a role in the city, but I don't think he's going to be like on the human side. I think he's going to be quite maybe like a little bit of a villain or something, a little bit of an antagonist, and then maybe by the end of the game, it isn't an antagonist anymore. And the game trailer did say it was an urban redevelopment, so maybe the city is still being built. Certain city features will probably be off limits until certain story events, like in Legends Arceus with Ride Pokemon. So I definitely believe this. We have seen in the trailer, there's literally scaffolding and stuff in the background, so things are generally being built whilst we're in the city. So obviously, it feels like we're going to be cordoned off from these places until we can obviously go in there. And then it says ZA stands for Zygarde Delta. The A is actually Delta, so Zygarde, ZA, and that's why it's ZA. So clever for Game Freak to hide that it like that in Aura, like that. And then in Aura's, Zinnia tells the player that 1,000 years ago, a tall visitor from a distant land witnessed how Mega Rayquaza stopped a fight between Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. He is quoted to have said, "It is the Delta born of the greatest disturbances in this world. By the bonds born of mankind's wish and the power of the stones, it will calm the troubles that plague the world." This relates to Zygarde as the protector of Kalos, assuming greater power for the peace and safety of Kalos. Zygarde will thus gain a Mega using the power of Delta. Again, very likely going to be getting a Mega Evolution anyway, because it's pretty much leaked in the Terra Leak. The player finds a single Zygarde cell to accompany them, as Zygarde later chooses the player as a proxy representative to help it battle whatever threatens Kalos/Lumiose. I mean, I think Zygarde can clearly sense the danger, because in the trailer we see it fixated on Prism Tower, and obviously it's there to kind of keep the peace and stuff and to keep the ecosystem all well and good. So the fact that he can sense that danger coming from the tower means that, yeah, he's probably maybe helping the player to kind of stop that. And then it says, Legends Arceus gave the player a choice between a Darman and Irida, which relates to which legendary will be your boss battle, Dialga or Palkia. The same will happen with Xerneas and Yveltal. I really like that idea because it allows you to play the game multiple times and then have like a different mini storyline in it. And then Kalos starters are getting Bomb Phenomena Battle Bond ability. I don't agree with that. I think they're just done with the Battle Bond ability. I think, if anything, the Kalos starters get Mega Evolutions and the ZA starters get new forms. So, some really cool theories, speculation there from Sir Warwick, and I wanted to go over that because, again, I agree with quite a few things that they are kind of stating here. But speaking of regional forms in Pokemon Legends ZA, this image is making the rounds. It was posted, I think, yesterday night, and it is a fairy, I assume, fairy grass or grass fairy type Meganium in Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, I'm on the team that they are going to get regional forms. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, it did say that the Hisuian forms of the starters spontaneously changed their form. So it doesn't have to be like thousands and thousands of years for a Pokemon to change form, because literally in the other Legends game, it says they spontaneously change forms. I think it's in the Pokedex entries or something like that. So that's why I'm more so on team kind of regional form for these Pokemon. And I'm not going to say I like this design at all. I really, really don't. I mean, props to the person that made it, because it does look relatively legit. I'm just not a massive fan of it in the slightest. I just think that these petals need to be, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit incomplete. And it's not really changed a lot. Like, the petals are a different color. It's got some eyeliner on it. And then this sort of like antennae things are a little bit longer. So for me, it needs to change a little bit more than that. I think all of the starters changed quite drastically in Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I'd expect like the whole body to be like pink instead of green or something like that, and like more bigger like petals kind of coming out of the neck and stuff. So yeah, I mean, another thing about this is I mean I definitely think it's fake, because I'm pretty sure the background was used in a trailer shot. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that it is definitely fake, because they could literally have just done it here and taken the picture from here. Because they do say, I mean, they don't give a lot of information about this. They literally just say, I was a playtester of an old Legend ZA build. This is Colossean Meganium. It is a grass fairy type. I do not know the other starter typings, because I did not progress far enough to have a battle with my rival after evolving my Bayleaf. This is all I can share for now, and all they titled it is Colossean Meganium. So that's kind of the backstory of it. So they're not really giving a lot of information, but it is very, very well done. Like, it does look legit. It's in this, you can kind of think that it's in potentially the same art style and everything like that. But I think that this background was shown in one of the trailers. But let me know your thoughts on this. Would you like it to be true? Would you not like it to be true? Again, I don't want it to be true. I don't like the design of this at all, and especially because I'm most likely going to be picking Chikorita as well. I want them to really knock it out the park with Meganium, and make it generally competitive, so it doesn't get slated anymore as like the worst starter. And then finishing things off today, we also have a new rumor to go over regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. So this was posted in the early hours of the morning, titled Legends ZA. Again, posted on 4chan, just like the Meganium image, so take it with a massive grain of salt. But they say the map is much bigger than you think, which, I mean, is expected. I think the map looks relatively large anyway, but I think it's going to be, yeah, when we're in there, for me, I think I'm going to forget that we're in a city. I think there's going to be so much stuff going on and so much stuff to do that I think I'm just going to forget that we're literally like trapped in this city, personally anyway. You can enter the majority of buildings throughout the city. Now, we already know we can enter a couple of them, like the hotel and stuff like that. I'd like to think you'd be able to enter the majority of them. Again, it's still weird in Pokemon that you can just break into someone's house and they're all okay with it. But at the end of the day, I think we do need a bit more of that, because not being able to enter like any buildings in Scarlet and Violet was a little bit unfortunate. So hopefully this is the case for Legends EA, where you can enter all of them. There are various tunnels under the city. Wild zones exist in them. Pokemon that you would normally find in the sewer industrial area, like certain poison, steel, and dark and electric types, are found down there more commonly than above ground. So that's giving me like Paris Catacombs sort of vibes. All the poison, steel, you know, the dark type, the ghost types maybe are in those catacombs, and we have to go in there and find those sort of species of Pokemon. Says wild zones aren't just on the ground. If there is a building inside of a wild zone, you can find Pokemon on the roof, and even inside the building. I mean, we can literally see ourselves jumping up on top of the buildings and stuff, so I definitely expect it to be the case where we can find... I mean, we even fight Pokemon on top of buildings in the trailer. I think we fight a Flaffy with Chikorita, and that's clearly on top of a building. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. You can switch off real-time battling and choose turn-based battling like in Pokemon Legends Arceus. No strong/agile style. I completely disagree with this. I don't think they're going to do that. I think the fact that they have changed the battle system and they put so much effort into this new battle system, they're going to make you have to do it, because they want it to be an ambitious project. They want to see how people react to this new battle system, because if people really, really like it, they know that they can then do that again in the future. Like, maybe they're doing it for Gen 10, we don't know, but they could do it again in the future, and then they always have Pokemon champions to fall back on for the VGC sort of turn-based battling that obviously we've always known. So I don't think they're going to allow us to switch between them. There is a 24-hour cycle, and certain Pokemon will appear in wild zones in the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Very obviously going to be the case. We just don't know if it's going to be a 24-hour cycle, or it's going to be one of those things in Pokemon Legends Arceus where you can kind of like sleep between time, or like sleep between like the points of the day and stuff, which I prefer, because it just allows you to easily swap to kind of finding that those Pokemon that only appear at night or only appear in the morning, stuff like that. It says calling a taxi from your Rotom phone will be your form of fast travel. You can also use your Rotom phone to jump from building to building, which we already saw in the trailer. Note, Rotom phone will only carry you so far, basically in between small, medium-sized gaps on the roof. If you don't make it, you just spawn on the ground. Or back on the roof you started your attempt from. Kind of gives me Deku Leaf vibes from Legend of Zelda, where you can only go so far. But yeah, I mean, I think we'd probably fall, but then the Rotom phone will just keep us up, a little bit like it happens in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Mega Evolution is now move/damage based. Each move you use while in Mega Evolution form will reduce from your Mega Evolution meter. Same with when you get hit by a move. Once depleted, you'll go back to a normal form. Higher HP will also mean your meter lasts longer. Which would be kind of cool, to be fair. So the more attacks you do in Mega Evolution, like whilst your Mega Evolve means the meter goes down faster. And then it says attack, special attack, defense, special defense, haven't seen any changes. And then it goes on to say speed stat that will allow you to dodge opponents' incoming attacks quicker, while also reducing time your moves regenerate. There are 10 new Mega Evolutions, plus the starters being Raichu Electric Fighting, Kingdra being Dragon Ice, Flygon being Dragon Ground, Togekiss being Flying Fairy, Serena being Grass, Graploct being Fighting Water, Dragapult being Dragon Ghost, Satitan being Ice type, Garganacl being Rock Steel, Meganium being Grass Fairy, Emboar being Fire Dark, and Feraligatr being Water Steel. So obviously this rumor is going against the Meganium form that we've just covered in today's video as well. There are 6 Pokemon you can trade with NPCs to get regional variants of that Pokemon, so very similar to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So Charcadet, trade for an Eevee. When you trade, the NPC will also give you either the Auspicious armor or the Malicious armor, along with the Sinistea chips or Bronzor fragments to go along with whichever armor set you choose. Armarouge becomes Electric Ghost, and Ceruledge becomes Electric Ghost. And then it says Pawmi, you have to trade for a Riolu. Pawmo becomes Ghost Steel. Stuffle by trading for a Skidoo. Beware becomes Psychic Fury. Rockruff trading for Drillbur. Lycanroc becomes Ground Dark. Wooloo trading for Houndour, so double becomes Fire Steel. And then Hatina trading for Meowstic. Hatterim becomes Dark Poison. You can sleep at the Hotel AZ to pass time. Kind of goes against what they've already said, though. They've literally said there is a 24-hour... I mean, I assume the 24-hour cycle isn't real time, though. Otherwise, that literally wouldn't make sense. So that would be, yeah, very similar to the Legends Arc. I think I might have read that wrong, but yeah, I think that when they say 24-hour cycle, I think it means not real time, but like we got in Pokemon Legends Arceus. New Mega Stones are acquired via a mission to collect them from the Mega Evolution Guru. Jet is actually a good person, and Vinny is the protagonist. Jet is just concerned with making Lumia... I assume they mean antagonist, because we're the protagonist. Jet is just concerned with making Lumiose more Pokemon/people friendly, whilst Vinny is concerned with the power that Zygarde can provide to make Lumiose the greatest city in the world. So yeah, they definitely mean antagonist there. We're the protagonist in the game. And then Zygarde will show up early on in the game, and AZ will mention that he has seen it before and explain to you the power it holds in the various forms, which again, I do think it will show up pretty early. We do see the 10% Zygarde form, the Zydog form, on the building in the trailer. So yeah, I think that we're going to meet an earlier form of Zygarde, and then we help it to maybe become its 50% form, then its 100% form. We do know that Zygarde sort of cells are going to be like chilling all over the place. We saw one of those in the trailer as well. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this rumor? I'm not very convinced. I just don't think they'd allow us to switch between real-time battling and turn-based. So let me know your thoughts on that, and then also let me know your thoughts on the Meganium image as well that we've gone over today. Again, I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's been very, very well done. Let me know your thoughts on the theories and rumors we've covered, the stuff about the map, and then also make sure to do the emblem event as well if you are playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. But that's everything from me. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.